How I lost 30 pounds of weight for the first time. Fast results within weeks, without counting calories. How I lost weight from over 160 pounds to 130 and less pounds after dropping out of college. Photo by Tawfiq Barbouya on Unsplash. In fall of 2021, I was a fresh graduate out of high school, and I just started my first semester of college in Mississippi. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, which is known for its food culture, and people come here from all over the globe just for the uniqueness of the food. The South in general is a big food hub, with other states copying some of Louisiana's food ideas. However, one of the things Mississippi is known for is pork. So while I was studying at Delta State University, I was eating pulled pork nachos, pork tenderloin. The ham, bacon, and other meats were made of pork. This school loved pork so much that they even have an event called Pig Picking Day, but I barely went to that foolishness. It's just kids getting drunk and eating pork all night. Besides, I didn't have a home to bring the pig back to, if I even picked a pig. My biggest thing, looking back on it, is finding a major that I could easily pass classes in. I was an audio engineering major. Maybe it should have been journalism. Continuing on the idea of eating pork. Pork is forbidden in certain cultures, religions, and it is seen as unhealthy. I've heard that pigs eat anything, even the predators. They are immune to snake venom. They eat lots of stuff with bacteria in it, and that they may even have worms, which tell you they have living organisms growing in their gut that can cause diseases. I've seen health documentaries where pigs seem disgusting. If you look at their bodies, they are not in physical shape like gorillas, big cats, cows, bison, elephants, bears, and more. Some may equate strong to be fat, or vice versa, and a lot of times it might be true. You might not be able to tell the difference, but it's scientifically true that pigs store more fat than muscle, and I guess you can tell by their hanging belly. But if strong animals have the same hanging belly thing, then I guess you can tell if they are fat by the stamina, in the way they move. The animal kingdom is very impressive, in the way living organisms store energy, but today we are not here to talk about animals. Although, animals is a part of the way we also eat and live our lives. We are here to talk about the dynamics of the human physical body. How I gained weight? Like I said, I was eating pork. But not just that, I was eating a lot of food in general. I was eating big meals 3 times a day. I was eating until I threw up. I was eating just because I felt like it. The big 3 meals a day idea is what I realized to be a myth. Breakfast being the most important meal of the day is a myth. And certain breakfast foods in the morning, being healthy, is also a myth. That's why I mentioned pork. Pork bacon is not a good source of protein. Some may say the same thing about eggs, or how the eggs are cooked. Should I eat them sunny side up, or should I eat them scrambled? Grits is carbohydrates, oatmeal is carbohydrates, cereal is sugar, and too many carbohydrates turn into sugar. Sugar turns into fat cells. Cow milk is not meant for the human body, it's meant for cows. Coconut milk is the healthiest because it's the closest thing to human breast milk. And almond milk is the next best thing behind coconut milk. Water is the only thing you should be drinking all day. You don't want to drink too much of any milk every day, even though it's calcium. Too much calcium may be bad. This is why we should skip breakfast and do something called intermittent fasting. 2 to 1 meals a day, lunch and dinner. Sometimes it's okay to skip dinner because a big meal at night can keep you awake. Now, not only was I eating a lot and eating breakfast, I was drinking a lot of juice instead of water. Juice has sugar, as I said before. Sugar turns into fat cells. Water should be the only thing you drink all the day. To get rid of the sugar out of your body, you'd need to drink lots of water anyway, and the only thing that should be an exception to water is sugar-free drinks. If you want to drink juice that has sugar, drink it with creatine, because creatine tastes terrible with water anyway, and creatine also has water in it, so the creatine gets stored in your muscle cells much faster from an insulin spike when you drink a sugary drink. Another reason I was gaining weight was because I wasn't being active enough. I usually just stayed in my dorm after eating. I'd be eating in my dorm, or I'd be eating at a party. I would eat by myself and then go out and eat with friends, or I'd be eating snacks throughout the day. So I was making sure that I was eating 3 times a day, and I wasn't counting my calories. Now I do count my calories, but I would really be eating 3 to 5 times a day because I made sure I didn't eat less than 3 times. I didn't know what hungry meant. I just ate when I felt like it. From 3rd grade I was taught eat a meal with 5 things on your plate, and a drink. Eating in medium to large portions. Eat vegetables, fruits, carbs, proteins, and fats. Well, I'm telling you that you don't have to eat 5 things or one of everything because what they taught me in school was wrong. Diet. Okay, so now it's time for me to tell you how I ate in order for me to get 30 pounds off. I started the intermittent fasting and I was eating 1 to 2 times a day. I literally made sure I ate the same thing every day regardless if I eat anything else. This was when I wasn't at college, I dropped out, and I was back at home. I made sure I ate a salad and a Greek yogurt every single day, no matter if I had a meal before, after, or while I was eating it. I did not have a specific set time when I did it. I just did it and I didn't count calories. Now when it came to portions, I had small portion-sized meals. I would eat 1 to 3 things per plate. Carbs, protein, and I would choose between the fats, vegetables, or fruit. Lots of times I'd just eat protein and carbs, which is 2 things on a plate, and that is perfect for weight loss, but vegetables and fruit help exponentially too. I would have them in both liquid and physical form, whether if I ate the fruit straight after washing them or making a smoothie or juice. Exercise. I'm just going to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, seek help. A lot of times in my fitness journey, I tried to figure things out on my own, especially when I didn't have the money. In my first year of college, we had a gym and people studying to be a trainer there. They were building a group of clients, I guess, and I met one that was on his final year. He taught me some things, but the main thing was cardio. I did not have a car on campus, so I would walk an hour to the store, to the football stadium. Sometimes it took a while to get to classes. And all you really need to know was I was doing a lot of walking, which led to me getting veins, and even me seeing a little bit of abs when I was on campus. I assumed it was from me drinking protein, and I only suggest you drink protein if you have protein goals. Don't overdo it. But that's besides the point. I can write about protein for another time when I meet my current fitness goals. Ultimately, people on campus still thought I was skinny fat. And once I got back home to New Orleans, I was big, and I couldn't tell if I was fat or just big. I still don't remember the difference. However, I continued doing the workouts from Mississippi without a new trainer. I started playing basketball a little bit more, and I made sure I got close to 10,000 steps in a day for every day. I don't remember, but if I can remember, I think I lost 3 pounds per week, and 30 pounds in 3 months. Right now, I weigh even more than the amount of weight I was trying to lose around that time. I weigh in the 180 feet, and I'm trying to get back to my ideal weight because I'm 5 feet 7 inches. I hope you learned something new about fitness and health. Hopefully you can apply this to yourself, or get an idea. Do you have a weight loss journey similar to mine's? Please tell me.
What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and post to your social media. So, that was an article based on something that I wrote on Medium, a website where you could check out articles and posts. But I have changed from that weight to my current weight, basically, and I was just expressing my journey from that time, which was when I was leaving college, when I first left college. Now it's 5 years since I've left college. I'm not that old. I'm just 23 years old. I turned 23 in a few weeks. But well, by the time you see this, I might be 23 already. I don't know. No, I don't think so. But yeah. So, okay. So, the difference is that I used to weigh 160 and I lost a pound to like I forgot how much I lost. I think I lost 30 pounds from being 160 or 170. But now I have to start all over because I'm getting close to that range again. Like I said at the end of that article, I weigh somewhere in the 180s. Okay, so yeah, I used to weigh 183. I was stuck at 183 point a few ounces like a month or two ago. Maybe a month. It was a month ago. July and June, maybe both. And I was at 183 for a while. Now, since I've been exercising and eating, I'm at 176 and I'm stuck at 176. Again, I'm still stuck. So when I get to 173, that's when I'll change my calories, but I slightly change the way I've been eating by changing the calories. I haven't really been changing what I've been eating. I've just been eating whatever has been cooked for me. At one point, I was eating factor meals. I don't know if those were helping. They probably weren't if I wasn't eating them at the time I lost the weight. But I mean, when I was eating them, I think I might have had weight going up and down. But it's all a part of the process. So yeah, it's just that I'm eating less calories. Some days I'm not, depending on if I fuck up a day or not. If I fuck up a day, it's like, okay, there's nothing I can do, so I might as well eat for the rest of the fucking day. So, I mean, I don't be a fat ass or be greedy. I just eat if I feel like it. If I fucked up and ate over my calorie goal, so that's just me. But the next day, I exercise hard like hell if I did fuck up the day before. Okay, whether if I eat good or not the next day. But with the juices, I said something about juice. I said you should only be drinking water all day. But there is an exception to that. And I learned some more things about juice as well. There's certain types of juice you could drink depending on the health of the fruit it's from and how much sugar you put in it or what type of sugar or sweetener you use. Now, this is my exception. I drink juice every morning, okay? As soon as I wake up, no breakfast, just juice. Juice, water, and maybe a breakfast. Maybe some eggs. You can't go wrong with eggs. Maybe some oatmeal. I haven't had oatmeal in a while. But my past fitness journey, it was just me eating the same stuff every day. And whether or not, if my parents was cooking for me or not, I didn't care. I was just eating salad and yogurt every day. And keeping my portion small if I was getting a plate for myself. And that's how I lost the weight from them. But now, with the juice, I think I lost the topic. I'm getting back on topic. With the juice. Let me get back to the juice. So now I'm on creatine. All right? And I don't take creatine with water because creatine with water is nasty. Everyone knows that. Unless it's a flavored creatine. So that's why I take it with juice. I also take it with juice because with juice, the sugar works with the creatine to have soluble components to get in the water in the muscle or something like that. You could Google it. That's what I heard. That's what I heard on Google and I heard it on YouTube. I make sure that if I hear from one site, I hear from the other as well. I don't rely on AI completely. Then, with juice, There's also something called a detox. A detox would be something like your ginger, lemon, apple, cinnamon. And I'll leave a picture of the drink. I'll also have that picture of the drink when I do my next video about my weight loss for next week, because I put something on my calendar to make sure that I lose 10 pounds from 176 for next week. I had this weeks ahead of time because I knew I was stuck at the weight of 176. So I just put the calculations of how much time would it take for me to actually get 10 pounds lighter than I am now. And if I don't get it, then that's fine. But next Thursday, I think I'm going to do it. And you'll get the video the week after that. So I think so. At least I think so. But or maybe it's this Thursday. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, this Thursday is going to be a good day for me. I said something about that in another video about the 31st being a good day for me. But that's with everything that I'm doing with my hobbies and passions. But on Thursday, I forgot what's Thursday, but I got something that's going to be good on Thursday. But it might be the weight loss thing. I don't know. But, oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, somebody's going to get back to me about something just like on the 31st. But, yeah, anyways, that's off topic. That has nothing to do with health. Okay, so with the food, you want to keep it light. You want to have small portions. You don't want to snack too much. With the creatine, I take creatine HCl right now because I was on creatine monohydrate at one point, probably before I was at Delta State, or maybe after. I don't remember. But I was on creatine monohydrate. I was even on the chewables. I was on the chewables recently. Not recently, like maybe a year or two ago. I was on the chewables, grape chewables, and when you don't take creatine monohydrate for a while, at least this is what I heard from one source. One source said it, and a few other sources said something different. Some people say you always want to take creatine monohydrate no matter what. Other people say if you get off of creatine monohydrate, you want to take creatine HCl. So since I heard creatine HCl, and it's a different thing, and they say creatine HCl gets in your muscles a lot faster or it absorbs, and there's people that saying it's a myth. Do whatever you think is right, because you don't know what's true, you don't know what's not true. You just have to try it for yourself. So that's why I'm taking creatine HCl. It can't hurt me because it's still creatine. And then after I take that, I'll take the creatine monohydrate. And then when I take the creatine monohydrate, I'll stay on the creatine monohydrate consistently until I see results. And once I lose my weight, then I'll try to get abs, and I'll keep updating you for each thing that I achieve. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm tired of talking right now, but this is the last video I'm doing for today. So just like I say in all of my videos, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, we be original.